Lester, we're filming the intro. Yeah. I can see that you can tell. I have no idea how to start the show. We can let the friends know that this is Colin from Canada.
Real bad man.
This is Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, episode 66. And if I can't think of anything here, Lester, we're just gonna have to roll the theme. Yeah. No, I got nothing.
What the hell is this?
I speak jive.
Will you stop?
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
They think they got the answers. I change the questions.
You don't like it? We don't care.
What a dumb thing to do. I bet you wouldn't have done anything like this if Mom and Dad were here.
A recognized symbol of excellence in
dramatic comedy. Friends, it's that time again when the magic that happens in this very room that comes from me and that man over there begins. It's Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, episode 66. Just said that in the intro, but let's say it in the welcome. Thank you for joining me. I feel I'm not at my maximum volume. The girlfriend is ahead of me wearing the headphones as I yell and scream at you guys, as well as my right-hand man on my right-hand side, your left. And we're not going to screw that up again. Lester, the producer. Let's give a round of applause for Lester. What should we do first? Let's crack the Diet
Struggling.
No. The Coke Zero Cherry. I like that one. The lid is never off. We say that every week. One week it'll be off, Lester. Hello, friends. I'm sure you can see. We're gonna raise up.
You raise me up.
The hat got a bit of a suntan. I don't know if the interior lights, as opposed to the exterior lights, are picking up the suntan that I got from, I'll mention it now, the garage sale that happened at the Riddell Estate, and that was filmed for this week's Deep Cut Deep Dive. Lester, let it sink in while I wasn't ready for that. Let's try that again. As you can see, the eyes are they're a bit watery because I was not ready for that. Let's get am I fiddling? Let's get the hat in place. Okay, ceremonial first sip is in the door. And because I mentioned the tan that you may or may not pick up from the interior as opposed to the exterior lighting, yes, we had a garage sale. So the footage, which is amazing, will be shown in the Deep Cut Deep Dive. And because, that's what I'm getting to it, Lester, because I mentioned the garage sale and the Deep Cut Deep Dive, we're going to tell you what else is on the show this week. 5 new VHS, 5 new DVDs. Cheryl has more to tell you. Ray is always a fountain of information. A new news clip. 5 photos from the camera. I had to narrow it down, Lester. I had to narrow it down this week. I had more than 5, and I had to pluck the best. And the remaining will be bottom of the barrel for next week, perhaps, 67. Clip of the week. I'm not sure what it is yet, as I don't have it. Gorilla Monsoon, he has a new quote. Show and tell, we got a new challenger to whoever is the winner of those over there. We're going to get to that in a moment. John Riddell has a conversational Scottish. And a sponsor. Okay, guys, let's get to the quote of the week. And may I explain to you the trials and tribulations that I've had with this Dollarama. Now you're reading it, guys. Don't, and I'm hitting the camera. We're not stopping, Lester. Don't read ahead. Let me tell you the story. Don't buy a dry erase board from Dollarama, even if it is $2.50. Do not do it. Because if you are trying to create something of the caliber of this production, I know you won't, do not scrimp on the particulars, i.e. the dry erase board, the tripod. That's about it. Everything else is okay. But this dry erase board is giving me fits because week after week, I'm sorry guys, week after week, it is getting harder and harder to clean this bad boy. And it actually fell apart in a mild fit of rage, courtesy of not Lester, myself. Okay, let's get to it. Read along, just this one time, everybody at home read along with me. First, you're gonna say, what the hell is this? Then you're gonna say, hello, Colin from Canada.
Real bad man.
Has guided me down the right path, and my ears and my heart thank him. That, of course, is in regards to Raga Jungle Anthems Volume 1, which I found on CD and didn't even know it was a CD. That happened in episode 57, said by myself. We're throwing it up here, as we always do. Full pants today. I don't know if you could catch that. No spants. We've done, wall particulars, let's get it. Good coffee is always free, and I hit that like a bullseye. John Riddell, living legend. Shh, he doesn't like to be called that. Kurt Cobain, you died so the Red Hot Chili Peppers could give me another song about California. YouTube Ultra Mega Superstar, Colin from Canada. Quote of the week, we've already done it. Over here is the AmCan Connection. And I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this particular tag team, but they are, in fact, the single greatest tag team walking this earth today. Are you sick of the friendship? One half of that tag team is myself, the king of YouTube, and the crown is there to let you know that it's real. The Air Defender Light sent to me by Mike D and Associates in the package that included the Diet Coke I Talk and It Moves can and the 1980s Jose Canseco Wants His Sunglasses Back with Diet Coke white shoelace neck strap. Above that, the pen, as I should not play with it or it makes a constant noise. The record button is in the way, so that's the belt that these two are fighting for. The current champion is Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. Over there is the art, and that is from the Treasure Hunt, the Brampton, Ontario location. I paid $4.50 for that. I think Lester will agree, and my girlfriend will as well, who is not listening because she has headphones on. My finger pointing was dead on there and a bullseye at every target. Lester, I think we can begin because I'm very happy with that welcome. Guys, let's get the party started. Lester?
Chance going out here for this capacity crowd. JYD, they appreciate this youngster and know what he can do.
Friends, there was one small item that I forgot to mention when my feet are all tangled up. We'll get back to this in a moment. There's a reason why my feet are tangled up in the chair, and I'll let the cat out of the bag. My girlfriend loves this. These are the shoes I am currently wearing. They are the Campus Adidas, or the Adidas Campus, I should say correctly, Lester. And these were from the thrift store, and I know you saw them in a previous episode. Now, let me tell you that I wear size 10.5 shoes, okay? If the shoe is on the floor of the thrift store and it is in relatively new condition and the price is tickling my fancy, I will grow my foot if the shoe is not my size. So let's take a sweet gander down here and let you know. Do we just zoom in there? Can you see the US size there? It says 14. So if you don't tie up your shoes like I don't, these are more of just a real almost a figment of a shoe. They're not really, I shouldn't even be wearing them because I'm technically not wearing them, Lester. They're that huge. My feet just come in and out of them. But I like the way they look. So 3.5 sizes too big, that's okay. That's why I sometimes get my feet tangled in the chair that I'm sitting on. Now we're getting back to this. Lester, I veered over there. Now we're gonna veer back here because I forgot completely to veer to this last, here we go. The Honorary Academy Award for All-Around Greatness presented to me by the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences. It needs to be recognized. We cannot skip it, okay? And because I skipped it, we're gonna put it right there. Guys, it's time for 5 VHS and 5 DVDs from my, Colin from Canada's,
Real bad man.
personal collection. Power Karate. Hunks with Hats. Tai Chi for Arthritis. Stretching to the classics. Friends, after what I and Lester thought was a tremendous beginning to the program, I have forgotten we've done this with the help of that, but I have negated the other beverages that will help caffeine enter the chiseled physique that is sitting in front of you now. And while we're here, I don't know if you guys picked up that sound, but that was a hell of a slurp. Let us begin with the VHS, and we are starting with The Party Animal. This has been cut to all get out, but here we go. Pondo Sinatra is a college boy with a problem. Women will have nothing to do with him. It's not that he was raised on a chicken farm and literally came to school on the back of a turnip truck. It's not that he's a virgin and jinxed and every move he makes around a woman backfires. The problem is that God and heaven have set themselves against Pondo losing his virginity. That is until Pondo discovers the secret formula to the most powerful aphrodisiac in the world and becomes the party animal, featuring the music of the Flesh Tones, the Buzzcocks, and the Untouchables. Will I make mention of the fact that they spelt losing wrong? It's okay. He's loosing his virginity. This is probably a rare VHS. It's from the Pan-Canadian Video Presentation. Pig Boss, help me out. Get in the comments and let me know. I know you will. The Amy Fisher Story, starring Drew Barrymore, Anthony John Dennison, and Harley Jane Kozak. Those two want to use 3 names when they're in Hollywood because they'll get noticed, and I haven't heard of all 2 of them. Drew Barrymore I've heard of. I've heard of Drew Barrymore. And for those playing along at home, it's the uncensored version that couldn't be shown on TV. Okay, thank you very much. Eye of the Eagle 3. A true story of bravery and courage set amidst the chaos of war. A true story of bravery and courage set amidst the chaos of war. Eye of the Eagle 3 is the gripping conclusion to the bloodiest day in American war history. Steve Cannelly leads his grunts through the swamps and the moral quagmire of Vietnam and finds glory in the storm of a brutal war. Surrounded by the enemy, Ken Wright, Peter Nelson, and Carl Franklin join forces and fight behind enemy lines to charge through the Eye of the Eagle. 1991, 90 minutes. I did this last week and I'm doing it again. Amy Fisher Story, 1993, 96 minutes. And The Party Animal, 1985, no way on earth it's going to say how long it goes for. Lester will put it up in the edit. 1990, The Bronx Warriors. No, we're not reading this one. I go on and off, you guys know. Some of these, I would be here forever, although most of my episodes, Lester, we are here forever. But 1990, The Bronx Warriors. Vic Morrow, Christopher Connolly, Fred Williamson. Vic Morrow, is that Alice? I think that's Alice, right? I think. We're gonna double check that. 1984, 86 minutes. Now, while we're here, I won't read it, but let's talk about media home entertainment. whenever you got one of these VHS and you brought it home, was the picture a little off? Those VHS aficionados, that's Pig Boss, please sound off in the comments. You guys know what I'm talking about? I once bought Magical Mystery Tour, the Beatles movie, and I believe it was released by Media, or this copy was released by Media. It was like they filmed it in the dark. The video transfer was horrific. I went back to the video store and he wouldn't give me my money back. Now, let's dive deep into the video store. As you know, when I was a youth, my dad had to get a membership at every video store within 100 miles of the Riddell estate, previously at the other location where there was 34 tins of Campbell's tomato soup. Covered that already. Any hoot, pushing forward.
You can feel it. I can feel the power. Yes. Yeah.
There was a video store we were called More Than Just Movies, and they were just more than movies. Yeah, they were more than movies. And anytime you asked for a video that wasn't for sale, the guy would magically come up with a number. Like, he wouldn't even look it up. He would just get a number and $65 plus taxes. He would always add plus taxes. So those were the days. Okay, we're going to finish off with Take an Erotic Journey Through Time, a film by Andrew Blake from Penthouse Video, Venus Descending. It's okay, guys. It's okay. We're still a family program. Venus Descending, no limits, no boundaries. Althea and Heike are alien fetish beauties from another world. They are given a commission to come to Earth in search of an ancient volume of sexual secrets. Whoever owns this book can amass great wealth and power through its secrets. Maxim, the ruler of the ancient planet, wants to use the information in the book for sinister military reasons. The book was last seen on planet Earth. Althea and Heike's mission is filled with gorgeous women, stunning locations, and innovative erotic wardrobe design. Venus Descending is a visual feast. Can we just reverse it, Lester, and read that again? Althea and Heike's mission is filled with gorgeous women, stunning locations, and innovative erotic wardrobe design. An episode title. I've just started, but I know nothing else that comes out of this mouth, either from my brain or read from something I have brought in, will be as good as innovative erotic wardrobe design.
You are correct, sir. Yes.
VHS done. We're moving over to the DVDs, Blackwater. Okay, this feels, no, the movie's in there. It really felt like the movie wasn't in there. A deadly story of the most terrifying fight to survive. Inspired by frightening true events, three friends must fight for their lives against a man-eating crocodile when they become trapped in a remote Australian mangrove swamp. Lester, what's a mangrove swamp? Is that a region of Australia? Lester, have you been to Australia? Good day, mate. Tie me kangaroo down, sport. How you going? Bidet for washing your backside. This is 89 minutes from 2008. Lester, I brought this in because I know it has a special place in your heart, as it is the location, not the location. It was playing at the location of where you first met your lovely wife, Cheryl. You know what I'm talking about. If fans of the program know, they know what I'm talking about. But for those who are perhaps tuning in for the first time or don't know the backstory regarding exactly when and where you met your wife, it was during an afternoon theater showing of the seminal classic from 1988. Can you tell I'm milking this for all it's worth? It went for 101 minutes. Chevy Chase Funny Farm. I went and saw this in the theaters with my mother, and we were the only ones in the theater. After viewing the movie, I understood why. But let it be known that Chevy Chase brought those two crazy kids together. I am, of course, speaking of Lester and Cheryl. Battle of the Worlds. A wandering planet is hurling towards the Earth, but as it nears, it goes into orbit instead of smashing us. A scientist warns that there may be more to this than there seems, but his opinions are ignored until what seems like a dead planet launches a fleet of saucers to attack our approaching spacecraft. Often considered ahead of its time with both its premise and its special effects, the Chelsea Bond Steel spaceship models battling the saucers make this one of the earliest space operas depicting dogfighting ships in space. May I let you know that this is 84 minutes, and I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to when this came out. Lester will put it up. It was released by Front Row Entertainment in 2004, but this is probably from the 50s. Lester's already thrown it up. Do I have to mention sealed? And it was 2 for $5 at Walmart when I bought it years ago. Friends, Dimension Extreme presents Nightmare Detective Unrated. Tense, disturbing, and nightmarish. That's from Fangoria.com. We won't read this one, but we will let you know that it is 1 hour, 46 minutes, and it came out in 2000, and all these stickers are covering the year 2008. We are going to finish with National Lampoon's Adam and Eve. You'll notice that sealed. Notice that this is sealed. In the tradition of National Lampoon's Something, because the yellow sticker is covering it, and National Lampoon's Van Wilder, comes this wildly hilarious comedy about a guy who wants to date a girl who wants to wait. Adam is a typical college-aged guy, which is to say he wants sex 24 hours a day. But when he meets and falls for Eve, a scorchingly hot co-ed who's still very attached to her virginity, the waiting game is on. While his college buddies score left and right, and campus hotties make tempting passes, Adam ponders an explosive question: will Eve say it's the right time before he goes completely out of his mind? That was 1 hour, 21 minutes. This goes for 1 hour, 31 minutes, and it was made in the year 2005. Yes, I believe so, if I am reading Roman numerals correctly. 5 VHS and 5 Davids from my personal collection. No Clint Howard this week, sorry. But let it be known, his brother, worth millions. He's not fixing the jibs.
Well, Jimmy Hart did his job. He distracted the JYD, and the JYD, the big dummy he is, went for it.
Lester, as previously discussed with the friends, sometimes it's a little awkward following your wife as she passionately speaks to the city council members. And of recent weeks, it's been difficult. She needs to know an answer, but someone has to present something and then she'll get her answer. Well, I believe that everything will be answered with this clip. And by the end of it, you, myself, and the friends will still be utterly confused. It's time for Cheryl.
You have no idea who knows me. I'm not the rancher. I got marbles here. I have 2 boobs, not 6. Do you know you have scratchy toilet paper?
He's the applicant that's bringing the item forward, and you're testifying.
I'll stand right here.
Thank you.
These are water quality standards, so these are for fairly minor events. So those were the 2 compromises we had. So.
Okay, questions? Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you,
Ben. Yep.
I'd like a copy of that. Where do I get it?
Lester, I failed to mention to the friends in the welcome that there is an update this week to a previously heard story on the program. The program, of course, Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk. So why not go to that update right now? Because it involves the thrift store pickups, and the thrift store pickups are coming up. This is merely the intro. So if you will, Lester. Friends, as you'll remember last week, when I was going through the thrift store pickups, I got to the book pickups and finished with A Funny Girl Like Me. Photo provided right there. And we were we, myself and Lester, were going back and forth with each other on whether or not that was Lori Loughlin on the cover of that very paperback book. Well, after episode 65, that of course being Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, episode 65, went live, as the kids are saying, Lester, went live or dropped very quickly. One of the diehards, one of the steadies, you remember, Lester, from the beginning. There's Mike D, there's Pig Boss, and there's some others who don't dance in the comments, but I know they're there. But they're the two heavyweights. Mike D and Pig Boss are the tag champs. I can say that, okay? And I can't give you the tag belt because it's being used as the you know what. But this intro is going to be long if I keep veering, Lester. Right after the episode went live, I was messaged privately on one of my social media accounts from the man himself, Pig Boss. And he laid on me a sweet, sweet website that I did not know about entitled nerdalicious.com. And there was a section on that particular website of, let's say, before they were famous photos of now famous people. And if you scroll down with your, what did they used to call it? The trackball. Lester, if you thought homepage was a dated reference, I just said trackball. If you go down the website, I'm going to get a video, I think, of me on the website so you can really feel what I'm talking about. I think I can pull that off. I'll just film my laptop, kill the audio, and it's going to be right here. It's been here the whole time, but I'm telling myself what I'm going to do later with my man Lester. And down there is a funny girl like me and verification, Lester, that it is Lori Loughlin. Okay? So thank you, Pig Boss. A tip of the top hat to you. And your reward is... No. Lester, the reward for Pig Boss and wife is not me choking to death. It's this week's thrift store pickups. John Dote Hit. Dote Hit? John Dote Hit. John Dote Hit. Dote Hit. John DeHurt. That was the quietest belch ever. To the left, guys. CDs. Chuck Mangione, Journey to a Rainbow. Bob Dylan in Concert, Brandeis University, 1963. I've never even seen this CD before, but this is very, very early on in his career. I hope I'm saying that university correctly. I am probably not. A Forward Sleeper Set Sail. When these CDs, if I've never heard of these people and it looks a bit odd, you know, I put it in the cart and then right before we check out, we go over everything with a fine-tooth comb, Lester. You know how I do it. Sometimes I drop the ball, like when I bought those Wii games and I didn't look inside. We're not going back to that. But I will, as I told you, go to YouTube and look up the album, and it has to grab me. If one track is poo-poo, I'll give it another. But if the second is feces related again, I can't do it. But this passed the test when I listened to it. So whatever A Forward Sleeper Set Sail is, I don't know what the name of the band is or what the album is. It could be either or. That's where they get ahead of themselves. I mean, let's, you know, you want to be artsy and all this horse shit. Pardon my language. But let me know, right, okay. 70s music explosion. Made in the UK. 2 discs, both discs there. And I'm a sucker for these. I think you guys have clearly known that, because although I'll recognize 89% of these songs, perhaps Delta Dawn by Helen Reddy, I won't really know right off the bat, but then when I hear it, oh yeah, I like that tune. Or, no, I've never heard that tune and that tune sucks. Here's another one. Express 2 Music Ism. There's no way on earth I am pronouncing that correctly. But listen to a couple of tracks, and I did notice that track number 3 is featuring David Byrne. And you guys know David Byrne. If you're watching this program, you know David Byrne. So I'm not even going to mention. Oh, this person's address is on here. Okay. This is Later Serve. I'm playing with the stickers, you guys know. Later Serve Chilled 2. UK bands, non-UK bands, real acid jazz, I think would be a good way to describe this. Later is a Maxim type magazine from the UK. Again, these ladies aren't naked, guys. I wouldn't do that to you because, I mean, I already have enough copywritten and weird things going on in every one of my episodes from YouTube. We already covered that, but chill out grooves. I don't even need to listen to it. I know that's going to be solid. The Best of Cookin'. I think, again, we're talking acid jazz, electronica, really chill music. I'm trying to grab someone's band name that I would recognize. I don't recognize any of these guys, which is good. Don't get me wrong. And this, my friends, is a double disc, and both of them are there. Yeah, jazz with maybe some scratching, okay? Lady Smith Black Mombazo Shaka Zulu. For those of you who don't know, or if you do know, you were probably introduced by these guys through Paul Simon's Graceland. Now, whether or not you like Paul Simon, Graceland is kind of a hell of a record. It's really, really quite good. And it's the kind of album that everyone would like. Like Bob Marley, right, Lester? And I also want to throw this out there. Try to be depressed or try to be angry and listen to Bob Marley. It's impossible. I just go into stories while I'm taking the sticker off. We've just done the CDs, and we're 5 minutes in, Lester. We've only done the CDs. Okay, we like to finish with the VHS. How about a board game? We'll do that. Guys, the Electric Computer Detective game Manhunt. I'm going to say this is 72. I don't need to guess. I can read it. Okay, Milton Bradley. If I'm not mistaken, it says it right here. The electric computer programs the action. Also, probe and scanner provides the hidden clues. Type D battery, 1 required. It's not included. Now, did I look to see if all of this was there? Kind of. I glossed over it, but the main components, ooh, yeah. You want to look at the crud on that battery? Look, oh, that's a good angle. iPhone 16 doing its job. We're going to clean that up a bit, get a new battery in there, but that looks okay. And this is the, whatever this does, the clue scanner. A lot of sheets, a lot of pencils, a lot of detective handbooks, the instructions. It looks like it's all here, Lester. Now, I will look up on eBay what this is going for, but I will look at the sold listings and give you an idea if I got a good deal by paying $7 for it. Because I know there'll be sleepless nights ahead, Lester, for those watching, if they don't know whether or not I made a good purchase and made perhaps a profit if I were to sell it. I've talked way too much about Manhunt. Let's get to the books. Family Circus, Paschetti and Meatballs, and this was that owned by Liz with the oddest spelling of Liz ever? Or Lies? Is she trying to say lies? I don't know. No, now there's an L on the end. It's Lizelle. Is Lizelle spelt that way, guys? L-I-E-Z-L? Lester? Have you ever met someone named Lizelle? Okay. Go to your room. Again, Lizelle. Ziggy Faces Life Again. My Turn Next. I don't need to tell you that Lizelle owned that book as well. Is there any other? There's no other mention of Lizelle. It could be. Glazell. I don't know if you would spell it that way. Hardy Boys and Tom Swift Ultra Thriller Time Bomb. Now, you guys know I'm not going to do the Hardy Boys books because it would just be way too much, and they're way too much. If they were a quarter each, I might dip my toe into that collection. But this is kind of an odd, off-the-board Hardy Boys book, so I'll grab that. Do you need to know probably the greatest contribution made to Mad Magazine ever? Al Jaffe's snappy answers to stupid questions, okay? If my buddy Jay is still viewing the program, he knows what I'm talking about. He knows. Others will as well, if you're a fan of Mad Magazine and Al Jaffe. Al Jaffe did the fold-ins at the back of the Mad Magazine. He recently passed away, but let me tell you something, guys. He made it to 100 years old, and I believe he's in the Guinness Book of World Records as the oldest living working cartoon artist. He's since passed away, but he did get to that record. And if I'm not mistaken, not only did he illustrate this, but I believe he did written and illustrated by Al Jaffe. So he did the snappy answers and the stupid questions and the illustration. Al Jaffe was the man. A Brilliant Madness. This is a poetry book. Yes, Colin from Canada reads and writes poetry. One day that may be part of the program. It's been a while since I wrote, but Against Death, 35 Essays on Living. You're going through the books in the thrift store and it's, Barack Obama, Elon Musk, all the, Baldacci, the Cussler, all these authors you always see. But you always look for the odd books. And the Goodwill at Dixie and Dundas in Mississauga always has the best books. So, the paper straw is, so it was hard to get to the elixir. We're going on, this might be 15 minutes just for the thrift store pickups, guys. A Blu-ray burner. It's an internal, but you can make it an external if you have the computer knowledge that this moron does. It's rough, but when it comes to burning and video files and, yeah. We're going to end with the VHS as I bring the pile over, and the shoe again messes with me. 60 great one-punch knockouts. Sealed. Okay. Common Sense Cupboard Cooking, the Kitchen Craft Cookware by West Bend. Just a 30-minute VHS program regarding, I'm assuming, kitchen craft cookware, which I do not own, but there could be some great clips in there. If you own a Body Blade, you're going to want the Body Blade aerobic workout tape that goes with your Body Blade. And who will guide you through the steps of the video using your Power Blade? The inventor and physical therapist, Bruce Hymanson. And don't glare because it's sealed. Guys, don't get jealous. There he is there. And we're focusing on me, and then we were focusing on him. He's going to guide you through the instructional video. What will you remember? RCI. Through vacation ownership and RCI membership, you can guarantee yourself the opportunity to create wonderful, unforgettable memories year after year after year. Hosted by Corbin Burnson. Do you want a lovely tour of, what are they called again? Timeshares. I think that's where we're going with this. Hosted by Corbin Burnson.
About those sit-ups you want me to do? I got it right here in my contract. Says I don't have to do any calisthenics. I don't feel unnecessary.
Do you want Corbin Burnson to take you by the hand, perhaps peck you on the cheek, and tell you why you should buy a timeshare? This video will help you out. No running time, but I have to show you how long that is. You guys know that's probably 22 minutes. We're surpassing the 15-minute mark, guys. Sports Blooper Mania. Who is it featuring? Morgana, the Kissing Bandit. For those baseball and sports fans of the 80s, you're going to know exactly who this is. If you don't, let me tell you, she was a rather large-breasted woman that would run on the field to kiss players. And that was her claim to fame. I believe she made it to The Tonight Show. If we have video footage, we're going to put it up, although I don't think the Friends care that much, Lester. Moving forward, weight management lifestyle systems. That's it. Okay? It's kind of a Weight Watchers type thing. And it's manufactured exclusively for Interior Design Nutritionals, a division of New Skin Canada. Okay? We got to hurry it up, Lester, I know. Larry Payne's user-friendly back yoga. Featuring Larry Payne. We talked about him before. We had his back, another back video. But that's Larry Payne. He co-authored Yoga for Dummies. Okay? Hurry it up, I know. I have this on DVD. I have this on a video file. But something about The Incredible Hulk Returns on VHS from New World Video, you can't let that go by. I don't need it on VHS. But how do you say no to Lou Ferrigno on that cover? Thor on the back? It's a TV movie they released on VHS, guys. Lester, I know. Why? If you have it on DVD, and I'm all about quality, we know that. But sometimes the VHS tugs at the heartstrings. And funny enough, this was available at Value Village. Guys, it's the 1992 Playboy Playmate Review. Video Playmate Review. So there is nudity in this, but there's none on the cover. Thank you very much. That was $2. We've gone way too long. We're probably entering the 20-minute mark. But hopefully it was entertaining. And I can feel the sweat right here, Lester. Can you see it? That was thrift store pickups.
I think the junkyard dog should worry about Terry Funk.
Lester, friends, I think when news reporting, journalism, if you will, was first invented, it was to benefit the people, to inform and to report on what happened in the world today. What happened in your neck of the woods and afar. But one thing news, I didn't move these videos out of the way, I apologize. One thing news, I believe, was meant to do was make a difference, okay? To expose liars, cheaters, charlatans, and maybe even perhaps racism. Now, on this very program, we have no time for racism, okay? Because racism is ridiculous. Breaking news, speaking of news, guys, I don't need to tell you. I know all my viewers are loving of all credos and...
I don't follow you.
And people of whatever. I really nailed down that one, Lester. But news reporting everyone has the right to their opinion, and if their opinion is racist, they are obviously still allowed to feel that way. But get behind it. As what's his name once said, the coach, you play to win the game.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Put your name on it.
Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Put your name on it. If I say it long enough. Herm Edwards. I'll get to his name. You guys know. We're going to throw up the clip. Put your name on it. It's not cool to be racist, but you do have the right to believe whatever you want, even if it's wrong. That's where people you can get angry with them and you can hate them, sure. But they can believe whatever they want. But have them put their name on it.
Just put your name on it. That's all I say.
Don't say it, and then when I come with the microphone, not that I would, and I'm the news, Oh, I didn't. No. Put your name on it.
Put your name on it.
Herm Edwards, will you play to win the game?
Hello?
Getting to my point, pushing forward, perhaps I veered, Lester. The news can expose the racists and shine a light on their stupidity and expose them. The news was almost able to do that in this clip coming up. Lester, 3 minutes of an introduction that should have taken 30 seconds. It's time for hard-hitting news.
Done something that is very good.
He was murdered,
but now he's dead.
Reach out to the man who died.
Do the math.
Your mama, she's for free and everybody knows it.
This Highgate isn't the one in London, it's a suburb of Adelaide. But it's the advert's last sentence that brought out a local TV reporter's crusading instincts.
I'd just like to ask you a few questions about the house you've got for sale.
Well, I'd rather not answer it.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. I'm not going to spell my business to anybody over there. Yeah, no.
Well, I'm not interested in how much you want for the house. I'm just interested in why you don't want any Asians to buy it and move in.
Well, because the simple reason they're turtle Asian.
Why don't you want Asians moving into your house?
Because I don't like the Asians, that's all there is.
You don't want them in your place?
They're just a mob of crooks, that's all they are.
And that there's a law against what you're doing?
Well, no one has told me that, and I mean to say even the Asians...
You think it's wrong?
Even the Asians himself, he said I can have my sign up, if we get a buyer, I can sell it.
But you won't sell it to an Asian person?
If they come up with a buyer, yes. All they're interested about is just to put the sign up. That's all. I've had the agents, I haven't knocked them back.
What would... Oh, no, agents. Did you know what
Asians, I'm sorry, well, that's a bad expression.
Is that what you say, no Asians?
No.
You say no agents?
Agents, sorry.
Lester, I've had a campfire, a controlled fire in my backyard with my girlfriend while Dad watched the New Zealand-Iran matchup, where I won $82 today. Lester, let's have a round of applause for that. Getting to my point, pushing forward, I reek like firewood, okay? That man down there does not want to be referred to as the living legend John Riddell. And I have to say this. I'm going to have to overrule him. Although he birthed me, we can't let the name go. But when it is time for Conversational Scottish and I do the whole spiel, we will do that. But pushing forward, and I've announced it several times, and this is the final time I will mention it, he will always be living legend. I'm saying it wrong already, aren't I, Lester? It's John Riddell, living legend. The living legend, John Riddell. John Riddell, living legend. Am I in a room at almost midnight trying to figure out what it is, Lester, and you're no help whatsoever because I think we all know why? John Riddell, living legend.
You are correct, sir. Yes!
Guys, it's time for John Riddell, living legend. I put it together.
How much is in butter? How much is in butter? How much is in butter?
Friends, back in Canadian Tire. Colin from Canada. Friends, Colin from Canada. Back in Canadian Tire. We are looking for an outdoor patio bin. Look who's coming, rumbling, stumbling down the line here. John Riddell, living legend. And another guy that probably doesn't want to be in the video, but he's just going to pass. Go ahead, buddy. Oh, he's in a hurry. Can I do it on the fly? In a hurry. Not in a hurry. Friends, we've gone to the patio outdoor area. Remember the umbrellas? We went over there again. Raise it up.
You raise me up.
but the outdoor patio bins are in the garden section. So we're heading to the garden section. Friends, Colin from Canada. What does that say up there? Garden center. It's gonna be a tight squeeze, Johnny. Ooh, look at him work that cart without even touching the wheelbarrow. You don't break character, Colin. John, are you okay, or are you attached to it? Yeah. I think we found the outdoor patio box. Let's investigate. Friends, Colin from Canada. We found the outdoor patio box as John whizzes by with no problems. No wheelbarrow impediments. Lester, impediments? Lester, we can loosen the belt. I won't do the Al Bundy. You guys know. Because a relaxed tone, a relaxed mindset must be had. For this, let's look at the friends. They want to see my peepers, Lester.
Creepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Oh, jeepers, creepers, where did you get those eyes?
I know you do, but friends, a relaxed tone, a relaxed mindset, because it's the introduction to Let's Go Through My Camera Roll. And may I say, which I have not in a while, I have several to choose from, Lester. I was on fire picture-wise. And there's one I'm still contemplating adding. And Lester, this is the intro. The segment is next. And I'm still on the fence about it. Friends, let's see if that picture made the cut in the 5 photos as we Let's Go Through My Camera Roll. Again, I butchered it, Lester. Let's go through my camera roll? Dry cleaning movies, mushrooms on toast. Just a couple of horses' asses. Electric pressure cooker, urinating. Passion fruit chest cake, Charles Barkley. Friends, the details are here. I will need to look to the right for some of these, but not all of them, okay? Photo number 1, we're gonna put it up there, Lester. We're in the Value Village, and we are looking at the, let me get the title right, World, the Greatest Songs Ever. This is from Time Life Music, which, Lester, as you know, I'm a fan of. They put together some great 60s and 70s compilations. The friends have watched me buy them multiple times, and sometimes I buy multiples multiple times. I said the word right next door to each other, but it was in a different context, bringing the joke together, getting to my point, pushing forward. I saw this and I said, hey, if anybody knows how to put together a compilation of all the greatest music ever in the history of world, it's going to be Time Life, Lester. So let's throw it up, which it already is there, and we're going to turn it around. What is the first song on the greatest songs ever, Lester? Friends, look at it. Photo number 1B, Mambo number 5, a little bit of ... by your friend, my friend, not my friend, Lou Bega. One there and one there. I don't know if the camera picked it up. Now, let's, God, we gotta go here. Then the second one is the Macarena. We'll do a couple of them, Lester. Over the Rainbow by the big guy. You know who I'm talking about. I can't pronounce his name. Israel. He goes by Kama. I'm not even going to pronounce it, but you guys know the song I'm talking about. He plays the ukulele. Bambaleo. Bambaleo. That's the 8th greatest song ever recorded by humans, according to Time Life Music. Is this real? Pass the duchy from the left hand. Hot, hot, hot. Wow. Okay. Hugh Mascala, Grazing in the Grass. We're going to throw that in the description. That's a pretty dope tune. You guys may not have heard it. There's some large trucks outside making noise. Okay, that's enough of the CD. Photo number 2, I'm going to have to go over here because Kirk, who we talked about, my man in the field, not to be confused with Dennis. We're talking about Kirk, not Dennis. And he sent this one in. Not too sure what it is, but we're going to read along here. Puto Bombong at Baibingka Galapong. I think this is a bit of a Filipino tip because that definitely, I think that's some Filipino names, but whoever Puto is, what's he doing at Baibingka? I don't know. But Kirk, thanks a lot, buddy. That's his first of many contributions to Let's Go Through My Camera Roll and quite possibly the clip of the week if he can get video. He's more than welcome to send in either, Kirk. Okay? Photo number 3 at Talese. I don't know if I've ever mentioned Talese to the friends, guys. It's above Goodwill and the Salvation Army, but below Value Village or Savers for you guys in America. The prices are okay, but I will say this. The stickers are impossible to get off whatever you buy. Don't get me started on when they put them on the CDs, okay? First off, Lester, we know this. All the CDs are the same price. So why are we even putting a sticker on them? You with me, guys? I haven't even done the photo yet. I'm just still going on and on about Talese. But photo number 3, this guy, if he was 80, he was a day. That's not how the term goes. He was old. And can we zoom in on the shirt? He was 80 if he was a day. I don't know if I said that before. Again, the caffeine is... whoo-hoo. Let's zoom in on the shirt. This isn't that great a photo. It's just an old man marrying... it's an old man wearing a marijuana shirt. So that's always fun to my girlfriend and myself. I have checked off the first 3. Let's go to photo number 4. Just a key ring and a chain. And that's it, 99 cents. Lester, take out your money and give it to the woman. Because you need a key ring and or chain, 99 cents, you get both. Friends, photo number 5. I decided to pull the trigger on it. And if we can throw it up, photo number 5, that's Colin in No Frills. And behind me, you'll notice a display for Toasty Wheat Rusk. And all this is a photo of a display of Toasty Wheat Rusk. I believe it's an imported product. They might not have this in America, but it's Toasty Wheat Rusk and nothing else. Nothing else. Guys, this has been Let's Go Through My Camera Roll with limited bloopers. I think I hit 3 in that, Lester.
The Junkyard Dogs have set the game plan in the mouth of the sound of Terry Funk.
Friends, when we last left off with Ray, Lester's brother-in-law, as you know, last week he was fighting the good fight, as they say wherever they say it. He was really coming with facts, proof, evidence in regards to the fact that there should be no 5-minute rule at any council meeting across the board. Okay? And when he left off last week, he let the council members know that he went to the library. And it was a bit of a cliffhanger, Lester, much like I did there. We cut him off and had the friends wait to this week. Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, episode 66, to find out what Ray learned at the library. Friends, are you ready? Because I am. Lester, are you? Well, you better get ready, because it's time for Ray.
Raymond Lyman, ridiculous. You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't gonna think about suing the city. Raymond Lyman, ridiculous. You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't gonna think about suing the city. No history of a council law there is a 5-minute rule. You show me the law. Come on, Mr. Murphy, where's the law?
Friends, as mentioned in the welcome to this fine episode, you learned that the Riddell estate was the destination and location of a garage sale this past Saturday. Lester, that's right. Did my father agree to a garage sale with the lady across the street without consulting me?
What? No way.
Yes. John likes to do things. It's okay. It's okay. I had fun. I was quite annoyed earlier, but we had fun. And I filmed some of it. Yeah, that's right, Lester. I didn't film the interactions with the customers because, oh, dude, Lester, there was an Indian guy there with a mustache. There's a Looney Tunes character that I want to say has a majestic mustache. Yosemite Sam, does he have a majestic mustache? Do I have to pause the proceedings? Or do I trust my instinct and throw up a photo of Yosemite Sam and he has a majestic mustache and then this story goes on? It's an Indian guy with just a bushy, but kind of a curvature. Not a complete, but a curvature. He was the best. I can't film these people, although I probably should have. Like secretly. That would have been dope, Lester. Oh my God. What was I could have put the camera up on the car. They never would have seen it. It would have been the best. But Colin, you can't put someone on YouTube without, I don't give a crap. Anyways, I got some stellar footage of myself and Johnny conversing prior to and during the garage sale. Also, there'll be a final total of how much the Riddell family made, which is basically me, my girlfriend, and my dad. And you're probably saying to yourselves, did you say girlfriend, Colin? Yes, I did. You won't see her, don't worry, guys. She'll never appear on camera. Maybe one day. The mustache, Lester. Oh. And this is the best mustache I've seen all day. Oh, really? Oh, really? My wife, she doesn't like it that much. And then I talked to the wife. Come on! What's not to love? It's beautiful. Oh, I don't know. Lester, I should have filmed it. Guys, it's time for the Deep Cut Deep Dive. Lester didn't know what clips to take from the Deep Cut Deep Dive, so instead, Colin from Canada is singing over this bumper. I assure you, this is real. Friends, Colin from Canada. Look at that hair. We're in the Riddell estate driveway for the garage sale that John Riddell agreed to without asking me. It's 8 a.m. Friends, Colin from Canada here. Let's get the finger correct. John Riddell. What's up, Dad?
Where's everybody?
Dad's looking to make some sweet, sweet cash today. And look at that hair.
No, I'm just trying to get rid of stuff.
He's just trying to get rid of stuff. You probably heard that. Okay. Friends, Colin from Canada. John refusing to sit in the shade. And let's take a look at some of the exciting items available at the Riddell estate. Okay. We have some pandas. Again, my camera work is atrocious. And then the framed pandas. Okay. We have a box. Sorry, you're interrupting. What's that?
Don't forget the pandas.
Yeah, I think I just said that, but okay. The pandas. Just an 83-year-old guy. Priceless, friends.
Yes.
Priceless. And,
To some nice lady, I'm free.
Ew! Johnny's got the zingers. Some copper pots and some... Friends, it's really just a bunch of junk that we don't want. VHS tapes. Okay, and then some more pandas. We're gonna go along here. A coffee urn, more VHS that no one needs at all here. And then over here we have a lovely table of assorted items. This print is from 1935. We're asking $1. Heyo. I can't film over there because my girlfriend's over there. Wait for her to move and then we'll go to the other side. This is gripping. We've made about $8. It's now 9 o'clock.
Try the ribs this time in the blue cast iron.
Okay.
Garage, okay?
Friends, John's letting you know that he's making the ribs in the blue cast iron tonight, not the black cast iron. Because on several occasions, John, do you want to tell the friends what happened to the ribs? Camera's over here, champ.
And the black cast iron, the juice and water seem to evaporate for some strange reason.
Perhaps we should call Robert Stack.
The idea of a creature larger than a gorilla with an odor like a skunk might seem far-fetched.
And we can get him to do a story on unsolved mysteries regarding the missing water/sauce of the ribs when done in the black cast iron pot. Colin from Canada, really bored at the garage sale.
Yeah.
And John Riddell.
It's a nice day for a garage sale. We need more customers.
Okay, he's got a crowbar after I stop talking, right? Friends, Colin from Canada, John and I still sitting on the driveway, and the entire driveway, but this very spot, is in the shade. So John has decided to sit right here for the entire duration as we rake in literal millions. Is that the term? Literal? Literal millions. Right, Dad? Don't sit in the shade. Sit in the sun. Can we get a shot of the sun? Sun. Colin from Canada.
It's over there.
We're up $24, people. Dad telling me where the sun is. Friends, Colin from Canada, the other side of the palatial Riddell estate, where we have the Asian fans and some vinyl, but you know the vinyl, it's not no. And some books. And yeah. We had a little rush there for a second. We made some more money. I think we're at about $35. Hold on tight. Don't get my girlfriend in the shot. John Riddell. Friends, Colin from Canada here. We are rolling in the proverbial dough. I believe we've reached the $40 to $50 plateau. And John, what time is it, if you wouldn't mind?
11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock. We've been going hard for 3 hours. And $40 to $50, that makes out to $15 an hour. And I have been the consummate salesman. But if I could bring your attention to John Riddell's socks. Are those on inside out today, John? I think they might be. Yeah. Colin from Canada, John socks. Friends, Colin from... Wow, this is a terrible angle. Friends, Colin from... Ooh, that's really bad. I should stand up. Friends, Colin from Canada here. We have just reached the 1 p.m. plateau, and it's just Colin and himself. John Riddell in the background, finally in the shade. We've made $53.
Well, you know, that's the toughest part about the JYD. He's got that 4-inch cranium up there.
Lester, some unprofessionalism was had in the welcome. As I was ill-prepared and perhaps forgot for a moment, not perhaps, I did forget for a moment, what the clip of the week was and is. But going into my laptop where the magic happens and Lester uses for the editing process for the tinkerings, I realized what the clip of the week is. We're back to Talese video footage of a gentleman we saw at the previous thrift store, and I should have filmed him then, but didn't. Had to be wearing 2 to 3 pairs of pants. I know he was wearing 3 jackets, and he was trying things on without taking the jackets off. He had a Chicago Bears starter baseball cap on, and atop that was a Burger King crown, exactly like what I wore in the seminal classic Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk Earl Rowe Camping Extravaganza Spectacular episode, where I introduced you to Mike the Mattress Guy, Sleep Better. We'll throw that clip up right now. you can sleep better with Mike the Mattress Guy. Sleep better. Better. He followed us, probably didn't, to Talese. And he got to the cache, and apparently there was some problems with his choice of how he was going to pay. He voiced his opinion on his disdain for credit cards and PayPal. I was not quick enough with the camera to hear his yelling about credit cards, but we definitely got his opinion on PayPal. And friends, Lester, you as well, if you look closely, to the man's left, your right, there's a gentleman there wearing a marijuana shirt, and I just noticed, and it really puts the package together nicely, Lester. Okay? And the soundbite alone for his disdain for PayPal could quite possibly be added to a bumper somewhere. I don't know. I've said enough. It's time for this week's clip of the week.
When things aren't going my way, I'm thinking pasta.
2,500.
Here's the VHS collection.
Your Construction Safety Association.
I hate Hiccups. I hate it so much. I hate Hiccups.
Friends, the blank canvas, you know it. Lester, you know it too. And let's take a moment to talk about the Am-Can Connection, the single greatest tag team walking this earth today. Are you sick of the friendship yet? The tag team partner is Jason Nupp over at the, okay? We say we 3 times, Colin, 4 times. We were going to join forces once more at the Niagara Falls Comic Con. But things got in the way and we were unable to connect as a tag team force at the Niagara Falls Comic Con. But I can announce it here. I'm not sure if Jason has announced it on his channel. I suggest he does. Because you need to build the anticipation, much like I am right now, Lester. Can you hear it? Can you hear it in my voice? It's starting to sound like a promo. Friends, you may think a wrestler's worth is all about his in-ring performance, perhaps his appearance, his physique, but there's something much, much more important when it comes to a wrestler's worth. I think you know where I'm going because that's already up there. It's the promo, Lester. I don't need to tell you because you've witnessed greatness. Greatness in the form of I. Who is I? I'm not even going to say it. There's no time to drop it, okay? It's all me. And that man over there, nor any woman around, needs to turn me on because I am already turned on. The moment that my eyes awaken from my slumber in my Betty Buys, when the head is raised from the pillow, Colin from Canada, don't even put it up, Lester, is on. Okay? And you want to cut a promo regarding the single greatest tag team walking the earth today? You come to me or you come to Jason. Jason has no idea I'm doing this. He might make one. He should, okay? It's 3 weeks away and the anticipation needs to build. The viewers have to accumulate, Lester. June 28th. Buffalo, New York, 153. I looked over there. I should have had it up here. Points deducted, Lester. 153 Franklin Street, Buffalo, New York. Some convention center. It's the Nickel City Comic Con. And if you want to walk down the aisle like the greats, Macho Man Randy Savage, Salvatore Bellomo, Dave Studemeyer, Johnny Canine, Barry Horowitz, Steve Lombardi, amongst others, the greats, dare I say, Baron Mikel Cicluna. You got to know what to say, how to look, how to perform in the ring with a collar and elbow tie-up. Okay, Lester? And Jason and I will be walking that aisle unlike any other wrestler before, with style and grace. All up in your face, okay? Ants in your pants with the Holy Ghost trance. Lester, Amcan Connection, Nickel City Con, June 28th. And I will continue to drop promos week after week until the 28th, Lester. Okay? But until then, it's time for the Gorilla Monsoon quote of the week.
Did you see that?
Couldn't see it from our vantage point.
Will you stop? All kinds of pandemonium broken loose here.
Double axe handle right to the back.
But JYD definitely with the advantage right here.
Lester, the battle continues in the Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk Show and Tell weekly poll. The champion, who you can barely see, Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, covered by the belt. Next to him, still unsure, Gonzo the Great. I referred to him as the Great Gonzo last week. There's a trademark after Gonzo the Great, so I'm going to assume that that is the correct. I'm going to assume that that's the correct and proper name for the man. Okay? Results are imminent. I've already done that. Results are forthcoming. I like that one, Lester. Delta Force Pizza. Delta Force Pizza. Ladies, if there's any watching, mostly gentlemen, to the right we go. I have an injury. You want to see the injury? This is really, well, you're going to get a shot of it. The mosquitoes and the bugs love Colin from Canada.
Real bad man.
Lester, it's true. And I have O negative blood, which is the blood that everyone needs. I'm the most wanted blood. Getting to my point, pushing forward. The bugs attack me something awful, and this is one of the, can we get a shot of that? Oh my God, you're blinded by the paleness. I'm favoring my left leg. It's not infected. We put some polysporin on it, but it bothered me the whole day. And then my girlfriend said, you have to let it breathe. So I took off the bandage with the polysporin, and it was still moist with polysporin. I don't know what that means. Isn't the polysporin supposed to go away? I also got a crown for this tooth. I'm really jumping topics here. Is this? Yes. Okay, you saw the bite, and you saw the pale leg. Hopefully you weren't blinded. Ladies, hopefully you didn't get excited. The title belt, of course, is on the line. We gonna put that there, Lester? We gonna put that there? I'm gonna put that there. Challenger, champion. Results? Oh-ho. Guys, for those playing along at home, that's how I say it. I am filming Monday, June 15th into the 16th, as we are 2 minutes away from midnight. And as it stands right now, we have 5 votes for Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, and let me tell you something, 5 votes for Gonzo the Great. That's right, Lester. This is where we have to tread lightly. Right now is a tie, but whenever this episode is dropped, goes live, as the kids say, we're gonna rehash that joke. It may be a different result. So as of right now, it may be a triple, and I forgot to bring the challenger over. Do I suck my gut in and reach over for it, but keep it under the camera? I do. And we're back. So, this is going way too long already, Lester, I know that. It will either be one of these men taking on the challenger, or perhaps my favorite and yours. We could have another triple threat match, Lester, so let us get to it. I will say with 100% confidence, this man has no chance at winning anything. Because unless you watched Muppets Tonight, you have never heard of Dr. Phil Van Neuter. When you collect a line of figures, you gotta get them all. You know what I'm saying, Lester? And I'm a fan of the Muppets, so I have to get them all. I will say this, I am only missing Statler and Waldorf for the entire run, if I'm not mistaken, Lester. But he's a dark horse, Lester, much like Saudi Arabia's chances of winning the World Cup. Okay? Or as because this is pretty boring, we're gonna tell this story. I used to deliver chicken for Swiss Chalet. It's a Canadian chicken company. Basically, rotisserie chicken, like Kenny Rogers, okay? I used to deliver chicken for Swiss Chalet. Prior to that, I was a dishwasher. Don't get too excited. Again, ladies, if the scab on my leg and the fact I used to be a dishwasher and chicken delivery driver turns you on, I apologize in advance. But, what was it? Yes. This has a chance, zero chance of winning anything, much like Saudi Arabia has no chance of winning the World Cup. My boss at Swiss Chalet was a Afghani named Sabir. Lovely, beautiful gentleman, the nicest guy ever. And he would pronounce it Saudi Arabia. I always loved that. He didn't say Saudi Arabia like I do, like an idiot. Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, they have several rules. Great man. And on break, I don't have to hold this. On break, the kitchen manager really took a liking to me, so you could have a plate of fries, and that was kind of cool, but if you got a rib plate and you filled that bad boy with fries, and then you put gravy on it, and then you took the cheese from the cheeseburgers, and you made an enormous poutine that could feed about 4 people, and I would be in the back just shoveling this into my face, and Sabir would come around the corner. Oh my God! He was a little dumpy guy, and he was bald. Oh my God! Oh, and he would do this. It was the best. Video footage of that would make this show like no other show. Okay, I still haven't read it yet, guys. Appeared only on Muppets Tonight, to my knowledge, Lester. It's Dr. Phil Van Neuter with wall clock, eggnog, 2... What the hell is that? 2 Erlenmeyer flasks, I got it. 2 boiling flasks, and burner tripod. Dr. Phil Van Neuter, as seen on Muppets Tonight. Job, practitioner of questionable medical experiments. Special talents, lending a hand where nature left off. Likes his assistant mulch. Dislikes washing hands before an operation. Malpractice suits as well are his dislikes. This is the challenger going up against one of those, that was not good, or both of those men. Vote now. He has no chance. Much like Saudi Arabia.
Junkyard Dog should be disqualified for this.
Weekly, we produce this drivel for you, the friends, Lester and myself. And weekly, that man over there monitors the comings and goings of the dramatic comedy emitting itself from this mouth. And he keeps a close... No. He keeps track. He keeps track of the bloopers that appear. And I'm going to turn to him right now, Lester, and ask, ballpark, how many do you think we're at? He's throwing up a 6. I would agree with that, Lester. It's probably going to be under a minute, guys. But I'm sure you saw a lot of the struggling. You know what I'm saying. Guys, it remains, and it will always remain, the bloopers. What am I doing? Gotta stop saying, What can I tell you? Try again, son. What am I deep in thought up in here? That's here nor there. You are actually laughing. I love the fact that we mentioned, I'm caressing my arm somewhat sultry. I have to, last week, In regards to the yabba dabba doo, to hang, what are you laughing at? Are you laughing at me? No. She's not laughing at me. But this hat is laughing at me. And this program is, of course, MacLeod book of the name. What was the name of it again, Lester? At time. I got mustache. It's long, but don't tell anyone. Called John Riddle. I'm superseding his opinions and gravitas. That's not the right word. The name remains the same. Okay, Led Zeppelin. As the living legend John Riddell, started again. Perhaps when Ted Bundy defended himself and made a farce of the whole courtroom in Florida. That was pretty dope. Ray, Lester's brother-in-law, but no. Where I first introduced you to Friends, Colin from Canada here. John and I still working the customers. No. And apparently there was some problems with his choice of how he was going to pay. Friends, Colin from Canada. My hair's still atrocious. Atrocious? A wrestler? No. Ken Resnick, I don't need you. Down the aisle. Ric Flair. First, regarding the clip of the week. No.
Dog's not out of this one yet.
Lester, Johnny and I have taken a bit of a break from the renovating and cleaning out of the Riddell estate to focus on the 2026 World Cup of Soccer. We have our eyes set on two teams, let me tell you, Canada and Scotland. But in addition to those teams, we are trying to watch every game possible. That is 3 to 4 games a day, and we are enjoying the action on the pitch. Okay? We could do without the diving and I've been shot by a sniper, so I have to roll around on the ground and, but Scotland won their first game, Canada tied their first game, and I'm introducing, get it right, the Queen Mother of Canada, Lynn Riddell, presents Conversational Scottish, brought to you by the artist formerly known as John Riddell, living legend John Riddle. Still called John Riddell, living legend.
Don't make a right shush about nothing. Don't make a right shush about nothing.
Lester, as mentioned earlier, there was a bit of a fumble in the welcome regarding the clip of the week. Well, we can add 2 fumbles to my stat line for this episode. Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk, episode 66. That second fumble also occurred in the welcome, where I was unsure who the sponsor was this week. Well, I am pleased to let you know that Lester was able to negotiate and quite eloquently negotiated a third week with this gentleman. I can say his name because if you've been watching the last 2 weeks, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Jake the Snake Roberts. When a man...
Struggling.
When a man has that much wisdom, Lester, you need to keep him on board. You need to keep him part of the force. And that's what we've done. That's what Lester's done. Okay? 3 weeks. I don't know A fourth might be pushing it, Lester. There's others that are knocking on that man's door, blowing up his cellular mobile device, asking, pleading, yearning, needing to be a part of the force, to appear on this program as a financial sponsor, providing myself and Lester with much needed funds to keep the lights on. Fix the shirt because it's stuck to my gut with sweat. I can't tell you if Jake will be here next week, but Lester and I will. That was an odd way to end it, wasn't it, Lester? Guys, it's time for this week's sponsor.
You ever had India food?
Will you please stop?
Catch it.
The Empire of Taste. Will you please stop?
Catch it.
You don't want to play cards with me because I'll cheat. Okay? I cheat.
Friends, it's time to remove the hat, and it's not that bad, is it, Lester? Shh. Some questions don't need answered. The hat has come off, so I think we all know what that signifies. Friends, it's time for the goodbye. Goodbye. I will I fiddle. Not just with the shirt, but with the debris on the table, Lester. Thank you to those who are still here, still viewing. Not only this episode, but all the episodes. There's some diehards out there, Lester. And I will recognize them as long. They wouldn't want it any other way, Lester. The diehards that I am about to mention would not want it any other way. When I am about to say their names on this very program, they would want me to belch before I do it. And I did. That was not playing. A cough as well. They would want both, the belch and the cough, because I'm talking about Mike D and associates. We know what that means. The entire family. And of course, Pig Boss and his lovely wife. Okay? They are the diehards, and they deserve recognition weekly. Now, if someone else is out there watching, loving, but maybe they're not in the comment section. Freedom Sufferer cards. Lester, forgive me. Forgive me. He, as well as Mike D and Pig Boss and the lovely wife, they are the diehards. Okay? Freedom Sufferer cards, my apologies, but he knows. He knows, okay? Getting my point, pushing forward, back to what I was saying. They are the ones that are weekly watching this program. They are in the comments, and they are contacting me, and they are contributing to the show via gifts or websites confirming Lori Loughlin was on the cover of that stupid book with the chest hair guy. If you, silent viewer, want to be a part of the, I call it the triple tier, just came up with it now because there's 3 up there, okay? Pig Boss, Mike D and Associates, and Freedom Sufferer cards are in the top tier of viewerships. They're the steadies, Lester, but I know there's silent people out there who aren't in the comments, but they're watching. I hear from them offline. I mean online, but off the show. They know what I'm trying to say. Get in the comments, and you can be part of the triple tier. And then there'll be a quad tier. And then quin tier. Then whatever was after 5. You can be there, guys. You can be part. Right now, you're a silent steady. But you'll be part of the triple tier. Okay? Anything else, Lester? Oh, next week we will be debuting a brand new segment. Okay? I have happened upon a treasure trove, plethora, abundance, a hot spring of idiocy. And it debuts next week. I might not have a bumper ready. It might just be the generic music until I've broadcast enough of it. Then we'll make our lesser, the remix, the bumpers you love. There'll be one for this segment. That premieres next week. This week is over. Goodbye. The Pepperettes are a firm $12. There is no haggling. Die Paperette seinen Steifig $12 ein Aufdinger.
A recognized symbol of excellence in
dramatic comedy.
I hate Hiccups. I hate him so much.